Hey everyone, John Chow here from johnchow.com. Welcome to another episode of Marketing with John Chow. So I got this question the other day from one of my subscribers. He asked, what advice would you give someone who wants to change their mindset from being an employee to a business owner? And how do you make this transition? First of all, this is where everything begins for new internet marketers, because most people who join an affiliate marketing program or start an online business have been a full-time employee and don't have any business background. They've been in jobs their whole life up to this point, and they decided to start a business online as their first venture. They spent their entire adult life in an employee background trading time for money. And their mindset is, if you put in a certain amount of hours, you'll get paid a certain amount of money. But when you move into becoming a business owner, your mindset needs to change, because trading hours for dollars is no longer the truth. In business, you don't get paid just for exchanging your time for money. You get paid for results. Here's what typically happens for a new online entrepreneur. The average person spends the first few weeks putting in a lot of time, energy, and effort. But at the end of the day, they still have not made a single penny in commission. After a while, they become a little bit disheartened because they're used to getting a paycheck for putting in the hours. When I first started my blog, it made nothing for the first 8 months. And I was updating it every single day. Just imagine not making a single dollar for 8 months. I spent most of that time learning the business of blogging and internet marketing. And I was always unsure that what I was actually doing, or if I was ready to do this. I really started to doubt myself. Doubting yourself is often the biggest challenge you will go through. But the only way you can get around it is to tell yourself, I get paid for results, and keep repeating that in your mind. That means that everything that doesn't get you results is often a distraction. It's important to watch out for common distractions when you first start out in your business, because many people tend to do things that waste their time and their money. Time-wasting activities include things like making a fancy logo, getting a business card made up, or wasting many hours registering a business. All these admin things that seem to be so important at first are not the first thing you should be doing. The first thing you should be doing when you're starting out a business is asking, what's going to bring me cash right now? How am I going to get my first customer? Then you need to take action. This is the most important thing you could possibly do if you want to make money online. Don't wait until you think you're ready. Just use your enthusiasm to set up a marketing campaign, point them to the offer, and spread the news about your product. If you don't take action, you won't make any money. Pick the shortest path to getting paid for your first customer so you can start the cash flow coming in. Once you have cash flow coming in, everything else becomes easier, because now you have the resources to pay for things like advertising and all those admin things like that new logo. Plus, cash flow does something amazing psychologically. When you actually get someone to pay you, that first sale proves the concept to you in your mind that, hey, this actually works. And then you can reflect on that and push towards sale number 2. You need to think, what steps did I take leading up to this sale? And then ask yourself the question, how do I repeat just those steps on a more frequent basis? After 8 months of no results, my blog made $352 on month 9. I asked myself, what exactly did I do to get that sale? And then I went back and started doing more and more often. 4 months later, the blog was making over $2,000 a month. Then money started coming in on a much more regular basis, because now I knew what actions actually brings in the money, and it was a matter of just doing it more and more. As you make your transition from employee To business owner, as obvious as this might sound, you must realize that at the end of the day, you answer to yourself. As Dan Kennedy said, the good news is you're the boss. The bad news is you're the boss. It's great being your own boss and thinking, now I get to call the shots and I can work any hours I want. How great is this? But there can also be extreme downside if you're not someone who can manage your own time and production. Yes, it's true, you no longer have a boss making sure you come to work every single day. And that is why it can be very, very easy to make excuses. For example, you might make the excuse that it's too late at night and you don't feel like putting in an hour in your business. So you say, I really need some rest, so I'll wake up early and work on this tomorrow. But here's the thing. You couldn't make these excuses at a normal job. So don't make excuses as a business owner. Imagine what would happen at your job if you always made excuses like, oh, I'm too tired, and I'll do it tomorrow morning when I get to work. It wouldn't take much time before you get fired. The solution? The best way for you to get around excuses is to take all the accountability on yourself. If you don't get the sale, you must have self-imposed consequences. One of the best ways to do this is to use public accountability as your consequences. For example, let's say you send them an email and tell everyone you're doing a webinar in a few days. When you step up and out to sit and do this webinar that you haven't created yet, now you have a deadline and you have a public accountability to do this webinar. So now you create a pressure situation where those people, the public who register for the webinar, become your boss in a way. And now you have a deadline and you are forced to do the work because you cannot make any more excuses. So to recap, when you're a business owner, you get paid for results, not for hours. Find the shortest path to get that results, avoid distraction, stop making excuses, and just do it. This is John Chow from johnchow.com. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with that message. Please share and like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.